stormwater aim section out of Eugene Whitaker. And I've been here for 15 years as well. We didn't start off here, but we gradually got advances, took advantage of the opportunities, and here we are today. So I supervise primarily operators and technicians. I have 5 technicians that I supervise, and I also have 7 operators that I supervise. The technicians, their primary job is to operate the TV trucks. We have 4 of those. We call it CCTV, closed caption television. And I have 7 operators. They operate the Vector trucks. One of my operators also, you may have seen what we call the tandem ditcher. Is not here right now, currently in the shop, giving some maintenance. But we also regrade roadside ditches. So if you ever saw a large truck with an arm on the side, regrading roadside ditches, that's part of it.
Is a barrel on the other side?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. That's part of what we do as well. So my technicians, that whenever needed, they also operate the Vector truck. So whatever it takes, we oftentimes say we are the heart of stormwater, because no matter what goes on, we are called upon to do just about everything when it involves TV in the lines, flushing the lines, cleaning the lines. Everything has to be clean prior to other jobs taking place. So what we normally do, starting off, we usually start with the Vector truck. We basically clean the pipes. That's what we do. We clean and televise the pipes. Whenever the citizens call in, you may have a situation where you may have a cave-in, or you may have a blockage, or a heavy rain. The water is at a standstill, or maybe even moving slow. Different things can happen that cause the water not to drain or drain slowly. That's when the citizens can contact our 311 call center and inform them of your issue. They will create a service request. That service request comes to stormwater. Oftentimes when it involves water not moving or there's a blockage, then it comes to stormwater aims. Now, I don't know if everyone know what AIMS is. Anyone heard of AIMS?
I saw it on a building over there.
Yes, everyone heard about it last week. Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
It's an acronym. AIMS is Analysis, Inspection, Maintenance, and Systems. That's basically what AIMS is. That's what we do. We flush, we inspect, and we create a report through reports, videos, because that information oftentimes needs to be sent to our stormwater construction. It needs to be sent to oftentimes engineering or outside vendors or outside contractors that require information prior to building. So once again, the way it works is the TV truck follow up with the Vector truck. We have to have the pipes clean to a point where the technician, James Logan, can televise the lines. So that is a high-powered, I don't know if you ever seen it in action, that is a high-powered truck.
Last week, they saw it last week.
Okay, great.
Oh, you did?
Yes. Mm-hmm. But they didn't see what I think you're going to do with the debris there, so I'm excited about that.
Yes, it's with the nozzles that you can see. We have different types of nozzles. Those are just two types of nozzles that we have. We have smaller nozzles. We have larger nozzles. We interchange those based upon what the job requires. And oftentimes we switch there. We have nozzles much larger than that. We have sand nozzles when there's a lot of sand involved, because we can run across anything inside a pipe. Sometimes rodents, oftentimes when they see this rodent here, which is a TV camera, they take off running in the other direction. I guess they said, this is something different, I don't want to mess with. So they take off running in the other direction when we put the camera in the line. So that's a great thing. You know, it's been some times where we saw a video, I would say, years ago where there was either a crocodile, alligator that was in the line. Not here. We saw a video and it was in another state, but well,
Actually, Florida.
in Florida,
Right?
they actually came towards the cabin and then opened up. So you can imagine looking at it on a video, and we're in the truck and we're jumping back because it came that close. So, but that's this is HD, so it's high tech, so you can see things appear to be extremely close. So that's primarily what Ames do. We flush and clean the lines whenever we're called to do so. We also have, within the city, we have over about 35 to 40 sub-areas. We have areas inside of those areas there, sub-areas, so we do preventive maintenance on a regular basis. And what we do, you may oftentimes see trucks on your street or in your part of town, and we're constantly doing that. And those sub areas that we perform maintenance on, they don't come in based on a service request. We do that because of preventive maintenance. When it rains, we want to ensure that the water is running and it flows towards its destination. Years ago, we had I would say about 8 to 10 years ago, it was a major problem within the city. So many pipes were not being cleaned. The only pipes that was primarily being cleaned were pipes that was in front of the home. Because if the citizen calls and says, the water's not moving, we come out and flush those lines. But the system was still flooded. The streets were still flooded. So what we started to do was clean every pipe in the city. Not just the pipes in front of your home. We started to clean pipes at the intersection. Everywhere pipes were, we started to clean and flush lines. It took us basically just about a whole fiscal year to perform that operation. But the great thing about that, in doing that, we were able to decrease service requests from just a normal rain. We would have somewhere between 50 and 60 service requests for just a normal rain. Even with the small amount of rain we had this week, we would have been swamped with service requests. Once we started to perform that operation, those service requests basically went to, during a rain event, 50 to 60 to maybe 4 or 5. Maybe 4 or 5 service requests. I can't speak for the other cities. I don't know what their operation is, but oftentimes when other employees come to this location, they don't have, their water's not flowing like the city of Newport News, what it is. So we take pride in making sure that we perform our routine maintenance along with the other services, whenever the citizens contact 311 with another issue. Oftentimes when you call, that call takes priority over the maintenance service or the sub-service, because we do those on a routine basis. But if one of you call and say you have an issue, we address that issue first. That's first and foremost, to make sure the citizens are satisfied. And then once that is done, we continue on with our preventive maintenance. You don't want to have any questions so far?
There's no alligators down there, right? There's no alligators down there, right?
No. It's good. We haven't seen. Actually, me personally, I've been looking forward to something like I've been looking forward because we're videoing.
Right.
I've been looking forward. As long as I'm in the truck, I'm okay.
I see plenty of snakes.
Plenty of snakes, right?
Snakes, cats, and we receive so many calls. Some calls, unfortunately, we can't handle because it has to go to animal control. Dogs, cats, sometimes they get stuck in the storm drain or.
Sometimes I've seen them jump in and jump out of those things.
Yeah, they do that. We received a call with, I believe that the right across the street over by Patrick Henry Mall, there's a not an animal shelter, but sort of like an animal shelter. One of the cats got loose, ran across the street and went into the storm drain, and we was called upon to find the cat. So here we are. We're actually we have our gas meters, and we're actually going into the pipe. Large pipes, about 6-inch pipes. We're actually going into the pipes, searching for this cat. And the cat, they said the cat was an expensive cat, so I understand that. So we're in there looking for the cat. So in about 45 minutes to an hour, we come out of the pipe. The cat is walking down the sidewalk. I think the cat looked at us and started smiling. I don't know. I mean, it wasn't rushing, it was just walking down the sidewalk. So,
Like, yo, what's up?
I was like, wow.
Look at them.
Just walking, just cruising.
Right.
I was like, wow, how about that? But you know, that's what we do. We oftentimes are called upon, not just through the stormwater division, whenever the street maintenance division needs assistance, wastewater, police department. We called upon. They call upon us when they're having a chase and someone may have dropped something, down in the storm drain. Now we're called upon to track that down by use of the camera. So there's a lot that we do. Like I said, we are basically the heart, like I would say the heart of stormwater, because everything that we do involves whether it needs to be flushed and or televised. And what I want to, I don't know if you actually seen the back of the truck in action, but it's just want to give you
Last time we had the air plug, you had the
Yeah, I have some, but he's not going to be running it for very long.
Okay.
So I think we'll be
just a
okay.
short,
I used them last week because that was the entire focus.
It's just a short demonstration of how it.
What? Oh yeah, really? That would be nice.
Do anyone have any questions so far for me?
I was gonna ask, in these rooms, they have all that smoke. Is that due to the stormwater?
That pipe is going to end up in the back of that truck, and that's basically everything. Everything that's in that line is going to end up in the back of the truck. From that point, once the truck is filled up, then it goes to the dump site where we empty the truck and then continue to perform our routine maintenance on the truck. The flushing operation that gets kind of loud. I don't know if we wanted to.
No, they saw
So
that.
okay, great. Have you all seen the computer part of the TV truck? We can just walk around.
Yeah, they just
called the trucking.
Trucking system, 3 sections. We have the cab all the way up in the front. The middle section is the analysis / computer room. And this is the maintenance section where all the work is performed.
That's right.
How much does that weigh?
Yeah, it's heavy.
This particular camera, probably, I'll say, with those 7 tires on about 50 pounds. It weighs about 50 pounds. We also have a camera that we haven't used in a while. It is extremely heavy. It is yes, it's extremely heavy. It's about this big. Sits up about that high, and then when we have what is called the scissor lift, it can raise up to about 3 feet, and that's for the larger pipes, because what happens is we go into some lines that still have the water's not much to do that in the larger pipes. Yes, yes. It can actually ride up under water, and if it's clear enough, we can still see what we need to see, depending on the water. In most cases, the water, is not clear water. We have two monitors. Well, actually, there's 2 monitors in the computer section, but for the grounds person, there's a monitor here as well. So the person on the ground can actually see what's going on. Yes. Okay. Go.
Every time I see this, I'm like, they made it. I can convert this into a phone.
And in most cases, you're not able to see the person on the inside, but we've oftentimes seen students that come out of there in the back and they're looking and they're looking.
Man, I gotta get one.
We're just looking and they're looking this way, we're looking at them, they can't see us.
I was in the day, I said, I need this truck.
That's where we basically do all of our reports. We do a full report of everything that we saw, whether it's a salt leak or salt stain. It's certain things happen over time that create caving. And that's oftentimes what cave-ins are, for the most part, created over time. The pipes they're in the ground by sections. By either 4 sections, 6, or maybe even 8 sections. Over time, like anything else, it can start to leak to the point where the leak starts coming in, and that's where caving basically comes from. And so we're called upon to start to televise the line for oftentimes stormwater construction. So stormwater construction are the ones, once we perform an analysis of the issue, we send that information back to the construction division, and they basically do the repair, whatever needs to start. They repair the cave-in or the storm structure, whatever it is that needs to be repaired once we send forward that report to them. Big and at the big ground over the years, with different technology. Now they're actually able to repair the line without even digging.
The robot.
Who was on internal pipe bag. They're able to put a pipe inside, expand it, and it seals the line from
on the inside.
Sort of like what you
Yeah, that's like 50 years.
So without having to like solder it or weld it or something like
Now,
that.
I usually used to dig, but now I thought I was band-aid. We got a little right way to where the bottom is at, blow it up, and it's 2 hours, and you put like aluminum, it's like a balloon. Yeah. You just sit there, and then you just stick.
I saw one on YouTube where they put it in and it unfolded throughout the whole pipe.
Yeah,
On YouTube, they unfolded a whole thing right through the whole pipe and relined it that way. Yeah.
Same thing. They got the
That was
same
cool.
thing, but we just do it like for each individual job as opposed to the whole.
Just for that section, that's bad.
It's extremely cost effective.
Yeah.
Versus digging going on, versus buying they can do a pipe match maybe 2 to 3 a day if this is versus you're looking at just one line digging someone's yard up. That's correct. We just storm water. Yes.
So, I have a little bit of a confession. I didn't realize it was this bad.
Okay.
I didn't know. So, our intersection is drain like this on the corner. I could not figure out how to lift it up, but that's not for lack of trying. But I could scrape the leaves off that were on there, and then it would all drain. So I just assumed the water was leaves and nothing else. But apparently, for the last 20 years, that was the last
that was a steam bug. Did you say a
and my trash section is,
Yeah.
and nobody can drive through it.
That's a
You
cucaracha?
can see after rain, like where all the flooding was. As soon as you clean it,
That thing is moving.
it did not agree to me to call.
Is that a crack in it?
What are you gonna do about it?
Yes. And oftentimes what happens is
Oh, that is a crack.
inside of the pipe
Yep.
also. I've seen most of those pipes that exam
100 plus years.
put up these pipes with the 12, maybe 15
And I don't see any
Oh, no,
cracks
that looked like a
there.
crack to me.
with a heavy rain.
I'm looking at that thinking that looks like
Somebody had let a crack.
Yeah,
That's a
it
crack.
is, right?
Yeah, so usually when I see that,
Go,
I code it, it's a crack, and then print it out, and then construction come take care of it. That's what you're talking about.
Oh, okay. That was my next question.
Right.
Who's gonna fix that?
No.
Not me.
dental monitors.
I would love to be out there like chasing somebody who's accidental.
I don't know, but that looks something like out of a Wi-Fi movie.
You're getting down there and there's somebody like, this guy, you look at like, oh, there he is, like the cat.
There goes the kitty.
We've been looking for that guy.
What we see, like, they're come down here.
Little sleeping bag, exactly.